Mortified Milkshake here. This is my first official video, and it's a book haul. It's a book sale haul. I went to my library today, and they had a book sale. And may I just say, I got some amazing books. So, let me get them. Okay, so basically, these books, sorry for all the wrinkling. These books are very special because they were in the donation area, so. And they were donated by people, which is very nice. I take pride in grabbing these books because they're from the donation section. So, let's see what we got. First, we have Boy Minus Girl, which is by Richard Uhlig. Uhlig? I don't know how to say your name, sorry. U-H-L-I-G. Okay, here's the synopsis. She's different, with her bowling shoes, long dresses, and China doll haircut. Not a fluffy cheerleader type. There's something else too, something he can't quite figure out. So far, Les Eckhart hasn't found anything about this type of girl in the pages of The Seductive Man. How will one boy add this exotic creature, his dream girl, to his love-starved, girl-starved life? While his parents worry hysterically about nuclear fallout, the possibility of crime, and the shocking rise in grocery prices, everything changes when Les's Uncle Ray rolls into town. On the run from his spurned stripper girlfriend, loaded with inappropriate habits and a decidedly checkered past, he's exactly the role model Les has been hoping for, plus much more. What could possibly go wrong? So my thoughts on this book before I read it, I will probably be doing book reviews on all of these too. This book looks very interesting. I like the twist. Like, he's this guy on the run from his stripper girlfriend is just the hero he needs. So, I find that very funny. Next, we have A Midsummer Night's Dream. Actually, I think this is a series because there was, oh, where is it? I think they put it in a different bag. Okay, there's that one, definitely. Here it is. So these come in a series. First, there's Withering Tights. I don't know if you can see that well enough because of my stupid lighting. Withering Tights. Here you can see it kind of like that, okay. And then the next one is A Midsummer Night's Dream. I get the Shakespeare references, and I love it. That's very clever. Good job, Louise Rennison. So, these are both by Louise Rennison. Withering Tights, the synopsis. Wow, this is it. This is growing up. This is me growing up, because the tape is covering one of the words. On my own, going to performing arts college. This is goodbye, Tallulah, you long, gangly thing, and hello, Lula, star of stage. Tallulah Casey is ready to find her inner artist, and some new mates, and maybe a boy or two or three. The ticket to achieving these lofty goals? Enrolling in a summer performing arts program, of course. She's bound for the wilds of Yorkshire Dales, eerily similar to the windswept moors of Wuthering Heights. Tallulah expects new friends, less parental interference, and lots of drama. Acting, tights, moors, check. What she doesn't expect is feeling like a tiny bat's barging around in her mouth when she has her first snog. Best-selling author Louise Rennison returns with her trademark wit, a hilarious new cast, and a brand new cheeky heroine who is poised to discover plenty of opportunities for misadventure. And that's the first book. And then I've got the second one, which I'm lucky they had it in because, oh my gosh, they never have series like one after another. But they did. So I'm very happy. I'm still wearing my keys for some reason. So the synopsis of A Midsummer Night's Dream. Performing arts college, here I come again. Hold on to your tights because I'm holding on to mine, I can tell you. Tallulah Casey is back and ready to Irish comedy dance her way through another term at Dother Hall. But now that she's been officially admitted to the performing arts program, that won't cut it anymore. Especially if she's going to help raise enough money to keep the school from closing at the end of the year. There are also some distractions to worry about. The boys of Wolf Academy are lingering about, and they are still boys, so they are still confusing. Will Tallulah be able to test out her snogging skills and ace her performance in this term's project? A Midsummer Night's Dream, Only Time, and more Irish comedy dancing will tell. Louise Rennison returned with her trademark side-splitting humor, sending Tallulah and her mates on another righteous, spectacular misadventure. That's the second book. And both these books, I love the Shakespeare's reference. That's very clever. Very clever. I like it. So those are those. Next, we have Insatiable by Meg Cabot. It's actually more of an adult novel, so any teens watching this might not want to skip this part, or you might want to skip this part, so I don't know. Oh, well, I guess it's not too adult of a novel. It's just about vampires, so. Sick of hearing about vampires? So is Mina Harper. But her bosses are making her write about them anyways, even though Mina doesn't believe in them. Not that Mina isn't familiar with the supernatural. See, Mina Harper knows how you're going to die. Not that you're going to believe her. No one ever does. But not even Mina's precognition can prepare her for what happens when she meets, then makes the mistake of falling in love with, Lucien Atonshu, a modern-day prince with a bit of a dark side. It's a dark side a lot of people, like an ancient society of vampire hunters, would prefer to see him dead for. The problem is, Lucien's already dead. Maybe that's why he's the first guy Mina's ever met whom she could see herself having a future with. See, while Mina's always been able to see everyone else's future, she's never been able to look into her own. And while Lucien seems like everything Mina has ever dreamed of in a boyfriend, he might turn out to be more like a nightmare. Now might be a good time for Mina to start learning to predict her own future, if she even has one. Yeah. So, this actually looks really, really good. So, yep. Next, we have another Meg Cabot book, which I love Meg Cabot. She's one of my favorite authors, like seriously. Her and James Patterson are two of my favorites. And Meg Cabot with the Princess Diaries series, I read all those books when I was in high school, like earlier in high school. Like I'm graduated high school now, but when I was in like 9th, 10th grade, I've read them all. I spent like all my summers reading them. So, yep. Meg Cabot, Jinx. It's not easy being Jinx. The only thing Jean Honeychurch hates more than her boring name, not Jean, Marie, or Jeanette, just Jean, is her all too appropriate nickname, Jinx. Misfortune seems to follow her everywhere she goes, which is why she's thrilled to be mourning in with her aunt and uncle in New York City. Maybe when she's halfway across the country, Jinx can finally outrun her bad luck, or at least escape the havoc she's caused back in her small hometown. But trouble has definitely followed Jinx to New York, and it's causing big problems for her cousin Tori, who is not happy to have the family black sheep around. Beautiful, glamorous Tori is hiding a dangerous secret, one that she's sure Jinx is going to reveal. Jinx is beginning to realize it isn't just bad luck she's been running from, it's something far more sinister. And the curse Jinx has lived under since the day she was born might just be the only thing that can save her life. So, curse, magic. Anyway, that's that book. Next, we have the Encyclopedia of Me. And this one looks really, really good. Synopsis is AA, a kind of lava, and a useful fact. Aaron Martin, Tink. That's me, age almost 13, the star of this encyclopedia. I wrote it in my spare time during the weirdest, most wonderful summer of my life. I had a lot of spare time due to being grounded, but it wasn't my fault, at least not totally. Aaron Martin's, Lex, one of my older brothers. Aaron Martin, Seb, my other brother. They're twins, but Seb has autism and Lex doesn't. Let's talk about this endlessly, by which I mean, let's not. Anderson, Freddie Blue. My BFF, who is prettier and funnier and better than me in every way, which I don't resent at all. Really, truly, not at all. Nope. Blue-haired boy who just moved in next door, His name is Skye. You're probably thinking, wow, that sounds like the noise seals make. Skye's kind of cute, I guess, if you like skateboarding blue-haired boys next door. And maybe I do. Kissing. There is some, and yes, I just skipped 8 letters, but I thought you might like to hear about the exciting parts. Wants to know more? Well, I'm not giving anything else away. You'll just have to read the book, won't you? And, okay, one thing, I just have one thought. I love when like authors like mix in autism and like all this different stuff, like modern stuff that just like serious issues. I love when they put that in there. It's amazing. Like they're so smart. Like I just love that. So, yep. That's that. Next we have signed Skye Harper. This one looks really good. Synopsis is: Mama left when I was 4 and she was 21. 15-year-old Winston hasn't heard much from her mother since she left for Hollywood 11 years ago. Winston's only family is Nanny, who isn't really old at all. Life is pretty much fine until the postcard arrives from Skye Harper, aka Judith Fletcher, aka Winston's mother, asking for Winston and Nanny to come get her in Las Vegas. It was Nanny's idea to borrow the neighbor's motorhome, without asking, for a road trip to get Mama. Even though it doesn't seem like the best idea to Winston, Nanny says this is the only way and that's final. What Nanny and Winston discover only when it's too late is the very boy Winston has a crazy crush on, Steve, is asleep inside the motorhome. Could Winston be on the verge of her first real love and bringing her mama home at last? Penn, I guess, award-winning author Carol Lynch Williams tells a heartfelt coming-of-age story that is, by turns, funny, poignant, and penetrating. Winston Fletcher is a reluctant heroine who, by trying to fix the only life she knows, ends up in one she never imagined. So, I find this really interesting because, like, I don't know, just, like, stories about, like, the parents and, like, all this stuff. So, like, any story about, like, parents involved, I love, because my parents, well, anyway, I'm not gonna get into that, but my parents, I wish I could write a story about. I might write a story about my parents someday, because I do write. I write a lot, so, yep. And the last book is The Art of Wishing. And this, I'm going to read this in a second, which is: He can grant all her wishes, but only she can save his life. This is by Lindsay Ribar. Sorry, I haven't been reading the author names, I'm sorry. I meant to, but I kind of forgot about it, so. Okay, you said you're a what? A genie, he said, lowering his fork to his plate. Right, I murmured. So genies are real. You're a genie. I get 3 wishes. Okay, what else? Do you live in a bottle? No, he said, sounding almost offended. I live in an apartment. Margot McKenna has a plan for just about everything, from landing the lead in the school play to getting herself into a good college. So when she finds herself in possession of a genie's ring and the chance to make 3 wishes, she doesn't know what to do. Why should she put her life into someone else's hands? But Oliver is more than just a genie. He's also a sophomore in Margot's high school, and he's on the run from a murderer. As he and Margot grow closer, she discovers it will take more than 3 wishes to save him. A whole lot more. So, yeah, this is good. This looks really, really good. Like, I love genies and, like, fairies and, like, okay, before you say anything, I like the, like, bad fairies, like, naughty fairies, or, like, devious fairies. Devious fairies, I like that. Devious fairies, not classic cliche fairies, like pink wings and Tinkerbell dust and whatnot. So, I mean, I do like Tinkerbell. I like a lot of Disney, but anyway. But yeah, this looks really, really good. So, yep. So that's it for my book haul. Those are all the books I got. And if you have a question on like which of the books, if one of the books whose author it is, let me know, and I'll give it to you guys. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!